Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the NLCS and the Denver Bears franchise. We are tied one apiece, and we put Mike Soroka on the mound versus Domingo Germán, and we will see if Soroka continues his very good postseason pitching resume here for the Bears. And we go off to the 1-0 lead after a very good first inning where we had bases loaded but only could muster one run. On to the top of the fifth inning as we are on the road here at Citi Field to start game number 3 and the first of 2 on the road before returning back to Denver. And here we have the 1-0 lead still going into the 7th inning now. Casey Bowling in to pitch for the New York Mets as he does get out of one inning. Now facing Jesse Winker, they bring in Joseph Shaw and another good inning pitch by New York. It's 1-0, and now they have runners on the corners here. Mike Soroka still in the pitch in the bottom of the 8th inning. No outs. We bring in Jordan Hicks. A sacrifice fly ties this game up at 1 apiece, and they do tie this game up going into the 9th inning. Now here we are facing Murray Esposito, and now with guys on second and third, we also think about it. Do we jump in here? But no, we decide to let it play out, and Bryan Reynolds comes through with a 3-run double in the bottom of the 9th, and here we get the save for Jordan Hicks, and I guess he gets the win on that one. And Bryan Reynolds 2 for 5, a 3-run RBI in the top of the 9th, not the bottom of the 9th inning. And we get the win. So we now have the 2-1 lead. Now in game number 4, we will have Mike Salucci on the mound to face Matthew Allen. Here are the lineups here for game number 4, as this is the first start of the postseason for both Mike Salucci and Matthew Allen. And we'll see if the Bears can get the win, go up 3-1, and hopefully clinch this series at home. Matthew Allen only had 13 starts in the regular season, a 1.76 whip, 70 strikeouts to 52 walks. An interesting start here for the Mets here in the playoffs. And Salucci, 10-5, 2.74 ERA. Very, very good. Probably the best of his career so far. He's in his low 30s as well. Here's Benito Ozuna leading off. He hits one deep to right field. This one's got carry, and it just gets to the warning track. Benito is just short of leading this game off with a home run. Bryan Reynolds at the plate, who was the hero in game number 3 with that 3-run double. He gets a hit here with 1 out. Now I'm thinking that we should be able to take advantage of Matthew Allen being on the mound, as this brings up Winker. High heat. That one's way out of the zone. And now with guys on first and second, that's going to bring up our hottest hitter, Jeffrey Ramos, starting in right field. 667, 4 home runs here in the postseason. He hits one to the right side. That one gets through, but the runners do retreat to the bags at first and then go. So the runners stay put here, bases loaded with 1 out as Ramos comes through. That brings up Nolan Arenado to the plate, hitting 280 so far in the playoffs. He gets one on the inside half and goes to right field with it. We try to send Winker. The throw has to be perfect, and Winker is going to be gunned out. We had to try something, be aggressive on the base pass. Even though Winker doesn't have great speed, Ramirez throws him out at the plate. 1-0 here for the Bears. Chris Stewart, and he swings and misses at the inside changeup. And Allen does get out of that first inning, but still 1-0 here for the Bears. Mike Salucci has been very good for us. He is an excellent pitcher when it comes to his command. He definitely knows where to locate pitches. He gets a fly out to right field. Here comes Fernando Mendoza up to the plate. He hits one to left field. That one does drop and barely gets enough wood on that one. Benito gets it in, and now they have a man on first base. Pete Alonso at the plate. Ground ball to third. This one should be 2, and it is. Double play. Nolan Arenado to Zion Storm over to Jesse Winker at first base. On to the top of the 2nd inning. Here is Zion Storm at the plate, leading it off with the single. And you know he's got that 90 speed, excellent at swiping bags. We're probably going to send him here, as that brings up Mike Salucci with 1 out. A fastball right over the middle. Zion Storm, and the throw was actually right on the money, and Storm does swipe that bag with a good jump. And now Salucci continues his at-bat here. He's going to lay down a bunt. This one's perfect down the left field line, down the third base line, I should say. And it's going to be thrown on to first. And now a base hit will score the runner from third. as that brings up Ozuna, who just missed a home run earlier. He swings that one out of the zone. Will this get down? And it's just snagged by Lindor. And we can't get the run in from third base. It's still 1-0. On to the bottom of the second here. Here's Harold Ramirez at the plate. He goes to right field. That one's in the gap. Brian Reynolds giving this one chase. He does run it down, but the throw gets in. It will be a 1-out double here, as that brings up the $39 million center fielder who only platoons at this point. Ground ball to first base, and Byron Buxton with that 96 speed cannot beat that one out. Good play by Winker. Good coverage by Mike Cellucci at first base. 2 outs. That brings up the next hitter. Fly ball to Brian Reynolds, and we avoid giving up a run here in the second inning. So that moves us on to the top of the third inning. Ramos at the plate. 1 for 1 today. He gets one over the middle. This one's driven deep. Will this have the legs? It's back to the wall and off of the warning track and bounces over the wall. It's going to be a ground rule double, but Ramos has been hot, red hot. Nolan Arenado at the plate, though, with 2 outs, will just fly out to right field to Ramirez. And we do not score once again with the runner in scoring position here in the first few innings. So that brings up the Mets here in the third inning is Mike Cellucci settling down on the mound. Lewis Holman back at the plate here. He grounds out to C.J. Abrams. Easy throw on the first, and Cellucci hasn't gotten in much trouble so far. So on to the top of the fourth inning. This is C.J. Abrams at the plate now in that 8th spot, as that brings up a walk. And Mike Cellucci, the pitcher, comes up. 3-2 pitch, 2 outs. He hits one down the left field line. That one gets down. It should score C.J. Abrams from first, but he was not running on the pitch. The throw to the cutoff man home will be not in time. C.J. Abrams scores, and Mike Cellucci helping himself out on the mound and gets it done. Benito at the plate now, 0 for 2. He gets one over the middle, gives this one a ride, but it just hangs up in the air back at the warning track in right center field, and it will be the 3rd out of the inning. Benito has missed 2 of those pitches today. So on to the bottom of the 4th inning. Ground ball to Nolan Arenado, and he will have an off throw. Not something you see every day from Arenado, but we've seen a few of those actually in the playoffs. Pete Alonso to the plate. Low fastball. He lays off of that one. That one could have been a ground ball pitch, as that brings up Francisco Lindor, 0 for 1 today. Only 1 hit so far in this series for Lindor. That one is just a little soft flare to short, as that brings up Harold Ramirez with 1 out. Ground ball. This one should be 2 to second. On to first, and Zion Storm kind of takes his time flipping that one to C.J. Abrams, and the runner will be safe at first. So now that brings up Byron Buxton, 0 for 1. He swings and misses. It won't matter. And that will be the 3rd out of the inning as Cellucci gets out of that jam. Jeffrey Ramos at the plate here to start the 5th inning. And that one will be a liner to right field, but it will be foul. He straightens it out, though. 3-2 pitch. Hit to left field. 3 for 3 today for the hottest hitter probably in the playoffs. And Jeffrey Ramos gets us going here with 2 outs. Nolan Arenado to the plate here with 2 outs. Curveball, swing and miss. It's going to be another opportunity for Arenado to bring runs in. He already has 1 RBI, but he cannot come through. As now here we are into the bottom of the 6th inning. Hit to right field, and Ramos just being lackadaisical in right field. And that one will get to the wall with a leadoff double. That brings the meat of their lineup up to the plate. Pete Alonso. Ground ball to third. Nolan Arenado, accurate throw this time, will get the out at first base. Mike Cellucci's pitch count is getting up there, past 90 pitches now. This one is a flare to right field. It gets down. Ramos with a good arm in right field. They will not run on him. But now there's runners on the corners here for the Mets with a chance to possibly bring this within 1 run. Harold Ramirez to the plate. Ground ball to second. This should be 2. On to second. On to first. But Ramirez with good speed beats this one out and does get the RBI fielder's choice. It's now a 2-1 game, as that brings up Byron Buxton now with 2 outs, and it will just be an out at first base. As now this is just a 1-run game as they go to their bullpen, bringing in Joseph Shaw. As we go to our bench and bring in Cale Helfrich to pinch hit for the pitcher now. So he leads us off here with no outs. He gets a hanger over the middle. This one's crushed deep to left field, but it just hangs up there, and it's an out. 1 out. Wow, I cannot believe that stayed in the park. Here is our center fielder, Brian Reynolds. He comes up with 2 outs and swings and misses. And now we go to our bullpen for the first time. We've missed some pitches today. Brusdar Graterol comes in. He was our big signing this free agency, and this one will be a hit to right field. So Graterol gives up a leadoff single. Edgardo Fermin at the plate. Ground ball to first. Thrown on to second, but Winker steps on the bag, and I think C.J. Abrams did not know it. He didn't tag the runner out, and now they have a man on second base with 1 out. It should be 2 outs. That brings up the next batter. Hit to right field. Ramos does stop it here and gets it in, but it will be a double. And now here they go with men on second and third. Lewis Holman at the plate. He goes up the middle. Reynolds will field it. Throw, and it will not be in time and off the mark. It's now a 3-2 game. It should at least be a 2-2 game because that double play ball should have been tagged out by C.J. Abrams. So now that brings up the next batter. That's going to be Pete Alonso with 1 out. And he hits a high fly ball to left field. That one will be caught by Ozuna. So Graterol still on the mound for us. Guys on first and second. Lindor, ground ball to short. On to second. And the Mets take the 3-2 lead here going into the 8th inning. Ramos up for his 4th at bat. This one will be a single. 4-for-4 game for Jeffrey Ramos. Hopefully it's not wasted in a loss. And now that brings up Nolan. He has hit into a double play already today. This one will be on the ground to second, to first, and a double play to end the 8th inning. The Mets up by 1. They go to their closer, Johnny Mack, and he will try to close this game out. First batter, Chris Stewart, swing and miss. Change up right over the middle of the plate. 1 out. Zion Storm has a single today. This one will be swung on and missed as well. 2 outs, and the Mets are 1 out away from tying this series at 2 apiece. CJ, our last hope. Ground ball up the middle. It's right to the second baseman. On to first, and this series is tied going back to Denver. A 2-2 series here in the NLCS. The Mets come all the way back in this one, and they had to fight hard because Mike Salucci was pitching an excellent game. And that double play ball where Winker stepped on first and C.J. Abrams did not notice it and did not tag the runner out at second base, that definitely hurts. I think if that was a double play, I think that gave kind of New York momentum, and I think we would have got out of that inning with just another out there, and we wouldn't have surrendered a run. But instead, we end up losing 3-2. It's the little things in baseball like that that end up making the difference, and we will have to come back at home and try to get another win and bring us to a 3-2 lead and then go on the road again to New York. I was hoping that we would play game number 6 as a closeout game, at least game number 5 I meant, as a closeout game, but it's not going to be that way. The Mets get the win. We'll see if we can get our wins back. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tenant. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in a dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side. But I'm from the east side, this how we slide. This how we ride, yeah, this how we